Okay, so today we are going to be doing Chapter 9, Lesson 9. So this is 9, and it is going to be multiply fractions by, I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to go to the next line, by whole numbers. So as you can tell from the title of the lesson, we are going to be multiplying fractions. You obviously know what a fraction is. It has a numerator and denominator by whole numbers. A whole number is any whole number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as you go on and it's not a decimal or it's not a fraction, a whole number. So there can be many whole numbers. So multiplying fraction by whole numbers is actually quite easy, but let's go ahead and do an example. So, your example for today is going to be find 5 times 3 over 10. So, here is your whole number of 5, and here is your fraction. Your numerator is 3, and your denominator is 10. So that's where the full multiply fractions by whole numbers comes from. So your first step, let me get my highlighter. Is you are going to put a denominator of 1 under the whole number. This is for any problem that you are multiplying, not just this one. So in this case, our whole number is 5. So if I look here at my directions, you're going to put a denominator of 1 under the whole number. So this would look like this, 5 over 1. So that's me putting the 1. I'll put that there to remind me. Then you just go ahead and copy the fraction again. 5 over 1 times 3 over 10. Then, same thing. Now what you're going to do is multiply the numerator numerators. So in this case, it's 5 times 3, so let's go ahead and do that. 5 times 3. Then you write what the product is, which is 15. So that's multiplying the numerators. Your third step is going to be multiply the denominators. This is different from addition and subtraction, where you keep the denominators the same. When you're multiplying, you change the denominators. So you multiply the denominators. Then that would be 1 times 10 equals 10. Then rewrite the new fraction. The new fraction is going to be 15 over 10. That is you rewriting the new fraction. But remember, we have to check to see if our fraction is in simplest form. If it's not in its simplest form, then you must make it in its simplest form. So let's put in simplest form. In order to do that, we have to find the greatest common factor they share. So let's do that here. 15 over 10. I can do this by doing 1 and 15. And 5 and 3. For 10, it would be 1 and 10, and 2 and 5. I see that the greatest common factor they share is 5. So I divide my numerator and my denominator by the 5. Then if I do that, I would get 3 over 2. And that is in simplest form. So it's quite easy. Just remember to add a denominator of 1 under the whole number. It's not just for this problem. Every problem where you have the whole number, put a denominator of 1, and then multiply numerator, multiply the denominator. Then put the fraction in its simplest form, and that is all that you need to do to multiply fractions by whole numbers.